Employee talks.
So the attendant console sits alongside our other dashboards within the Nimbus app. So that can be found down here. Once I come into the attendant console, I have a few different areas to look at. What we've done is we've made the contact section of the attendant console the focal point here. So users can easily filter between different groups that can be customized per user. So therefore I can add my favorites, but I can also add different groups here. So for example, I may want to add contacts to a sales team, to a different departments, to different regions, so I can easily access those other contacts. Here I've added a group here for my different contact center services, for example, and a group for my sales team. Along the top, we can see all of our services, so I can easily opt out in and out of the different queues that I'm in. And along the left-hand side here, we can see my queue. So I'm just going to put a call in now. So as you can see, this caller is now sitting in the queue. So Bob is sitting in the queue, and I can now see that incoming session. We're going to answer that call in Teams, as we always do. Now that I've answered that call in Teams, I can see the active session here. So if I click on Bob here, we'll be able to pull through some information about Bob from our CRM system. So we can see his name, we can see the company that he works for, his email address there. And now that I've got that active session, I can now transfer it. So the attendant console has been designed for those users that are transferring calls very regularly. So let's say I need to transfer this call to one of my colleagues who's available to take that call at that moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in my contacts here. I'm going to look in my favorites, and I can see from my contact cards that we don't actually have that many people online and available in Teams at the moment. However, I can see that Jack is available there. If I wanted to see some more information about Jack, I can easily click into his contact card there, and that's going to give me information like his email address, which department he's in, etc. If I wanted to send him a message or a chat or an email, I can easily do that from here as well. So let's say, for example, I wanted to email Jack because I wasn't able to get hold of him. I will be able to email that there with a nice template. So with these templates, that's going to give the Bob's number, it's going to give his details there, all in a predefined email ready to send across to him. If I was scheduling a call for Jack, I can also see his calendar here. So I'm able to see his availability there throughout the day. And if I needed to speak to one of his colleagues there, I could easily see the departmental and organizational structure of contacts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Jack here, and I'm going to make a transfer across to him. So I can either safe transfer, blind transfer, or consultative transfer. So let's say, for example, that I want to speak to Jack before I actually put that call through. I'll initiate a consultative transfer. I can then select the target. So I'm going to go for his UPM, which is essentially his Teams endpoint. And then you'll notice here in the active sessions, it's now ringing out to Jack. So that's going to ring out to him. We'll see if he answers. So I can now see that Jack's answered, and it's put that original call with Bob on hold there. So now that I'm speaking to Jack, I can explain why Bob's calling. So once I've explained there, he may want to, I may want to be conferenced in. I might want to go back to Bob to get some more information, or I might want to hang up the call with Jack and retrieve that call with Bob. So we've got a few different options there. In this scenario, I'm actually just going to go ahead and complete that transfer and transfer it across to him. And now that has been transferred, I can see that the active session has gone. So let's take a look at some of the other functionality that we have in the attendant console here. You'll notice we have a search bar. So this allows me to search any of my directories. So I can search all of the contacts in the directory there. So I might just want to search for John here. And then you'll notice that we've got a few different options coming up for John. Instead of searching by name there, we can also search by department, job title, and some other filters that are available. So I might want to start searching by postcode or city or company there if I manage multiple companies. So I'm going to search by department. So I'm going to put a search in for accounts. So I'm going to search by department here. I might need to find somebody in my sales team. So I can easily add that filter up there, and then it's going to filter all of my contacts here by that department. So now I can just really easily see everybody in the sales team. You'll notice here that in my particular groups, I've also applied that filter, and that filter is going to stay on there until I take it off. So let's say, for example, that I always want to just filter people by the sales team. That's going to stay on there until I take that off. One other really handy feature is in our contact cards. If I click into a Nimbus Contact Center service here, it's going to show me the availability of the service. So I know before transferring this call through to a different queue that somebody's going to be available. And if I click into that contact card there, it's going to show me exactly which users are in that service and who's available in that service there. And then if I wanted to opt into that service myself, I can do that at the top here. So really easy and intuitive way to see the availability of contact center queues and individual users.